The woman suddenly realized that the woman in front of her was not her mother. It was because her mother used to often wipe her father's portrait. But now, her father's portrait was covered in dust. Even the dog had noticed that something was wrong with her mother. Whenever it got close to her, it would keep barking frantically. So, while drinking porridge, the woman tentatively asked her mother if she remembered the time when she had an allergic reaction to porridge for the first time. The mother immediately said that she remembered, but she reminded the woman that her first allergic reaction was not from eating porridge, but from eating mangoes. The mother's answer had no flaws at all, but when she stood up, the way she placed her right hand on the table for support made the woman confirm that she was indeed not her mother, because when the woman was very young, her mother had accidentally fallen while retrieving a kite from a tree for her. Her left leg had been left with a hidden illness ever since. Every time she stood up, she would subconsciously use her left hand to leverage herself up, but the mother was worried that her daughter would feel guilty. She had never mentioned this matter to anyone else, so only she and her mother knew about this matter. The woman therefore concluded that the woman in front of her pretending to be her mother was an accomplice of her husband. She suddenly felt a chill run down her spine, recalling not long ago she had overheard her best friend and her husband on a phone call saying that as long as they killed her while she was giving birth, by then everyone in the woman's family would already be dead. The family fortune would belong to her husband and her best friend. The woman could not help but suspect that her real mother had already been killed. She suddenly felt terrified and wanted to escape, but at that moment, the dog suddenly ran into the storage room as if it had discovered something, sniffing around a red box continuously. At the same time, the woman also discovered in horror that red liquid was constantly dripping from the box. She could not help but suspect that her mother had been killed by them and hidden inside the box. But just as the woman went to smell the red liquid, the fake mother walked over, explaining that the box was an old family heirloom. She had just had someone apply new paint to it a few days ago. With that said, she tried to pull the woman out, but the dog refused to leave and started barking loudly at the box. The woman saw that the box was not locked. She immediately took the opportunity to open the box to find out the truth, only to discover that there was only a pile of clothes and a dog chain inside. Only then did the fake mother explain that the dog was probably barking because it smelled the dog chain. With that said, she told the woman to go to sleep first and that she would take the woman out to relax tomorrow, because when the woman had just arrived, she had told the fake mother that she suspected her husband was having an affair and wanted her mother to accompany her to relax. So, the woman pretended to go to sleep but secretly observed the fake mother's every move, only to discover that the fake mother immediately turned around and called her husband, claiming that the woman suspected he was having an affair, but it seemed that she had not discovered their other plans. Upon hearing this, the woman was even more certain that she and her husband were in cahoots. So, late that night, she quietly took the dog and tried to escape, but as soon as she reached the living room door, the mother, who had been staying in the living room, turned on the light, asking her what she was going to do. The woman had to explain that she had had a nightmare and wanted to take the dog outside to get some air, but the fake mother refused to let her go out, citing that it was dangerous outside. The woman realized that she could not escape tonight, so she planned to escape tomorrow while traveling with her mother. However, early the next morning, her husband came looking for her.